So hello and welcome out to a beautiful night for some softball here at Mchi softball field. Tonight we have the McAllen Bulldogs taking on the Weslaco East Wildcats. Should be a nice game between these two. Just wrapping up the end of the first. Score 0-0.
Pitcher number 5, O. Lopez. Catcher number 12, A. Rogers. First baseman number 6, L. Lopez. Second baseman number 3, D. Juarez. Third baseman number 8, A. Pedraza. Shortstop number 4, A. Longoria. Left fielder number 2, M. Marquez. Center fielder number 1, A. Hernandez. And right fielder number 7, K. Bulldogs.
There you heard the announcing of the players for Weslaco East. Score is 0-0 at the bottom of the first. Should be interesting to see how these two teams fan out against one another. I'm currently enjoying some food and beverages from the concession stand here. If y'all aren't out here tonight, you're missing a heck of a ball game and some great food. Welcome again welcome out to a beautiful night, and we wish the best.
Up to bat, number 1, Annika Garcia.
Annika Garcia up to bat. So, right now we'll just go ahead and let y'all enjoy the view here.
Like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, you know, you know.
You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. You had a move, but nothing can change. I'm sure the only one. I'll give you good.
I made the change from a common thief to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke stuff with my peeps all day. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The Moet and Alizé keep me pissy. Girls used to diss me, now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play toast. From the Mississippi down to the east.
Close one there for the referee, almost getting hit. Excuse me, umps. You know, I bring that up because a while back we actually had a umpire that became offended when we did call him a referee. In fact, at that game was playoffs about 2 months ago. Actually, about a couple months ago. And we actually got kicked out of that game for calling him a referee and not an umpire. So, umpire here. Bulldogs up to bat.
Condos in Queens, indo for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear. Putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good, And if you don't know, now you know, you know, you know.
You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. You had a move, but nothing can change. I'm sure the only one. I'll give you good.
Kuhn up at the batter's box. Hit by the pitch. Takes her base. Bulldogs have a runner on first.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur.
Vanna Sanchez up to bat. If y'all remember a while back, we actually covered her signing here live. And first base runner is giving some issues already to the pitcher. That's the one thing you have to like if you're the batter in the box, is that your runner on first can throw off your pitcher. High ball. That can be due to the fact that she got thrown off by the runner with a nice distance from first. And we'll see what she can do here. Right down the middle for a strike. A little bit high on that one, and it'll count for a ball. Strike on that one. And it'll be a 1-1. Runner gets walked, and we'll have a runner on first and second.
Next to bat, number 11, Samantha Garcia.
Samantha Garcia up to bat. Strike one on the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Nice hit. And that will be good for a base hit. So bases loaded for the Bulldogs now.
Up to bat, number 13, Brianna Saldana.
Saldana up to bat for the Bulldogs. Pinch runner coming in. That'll be number 10 coming in for number 11. Number 10 is Gomez. So Gomez coming in for the Bulldogs for a pinch runner. Strike one. Nice one out. Almost caught by the what I think would be right fielder. Foul ball on that one. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Actually, that'll be your third strike, and she will be out of there.
Bat, number 16, Jenny Lynn.
Lynn coming up to bat for the Bulldogs. Bases are loaded. With two outs, bases loaded. What does that mean? It means the Bulldogs got to be able to get something going here, as that one's a first. The burst ball counts for a strike. Not exactly where you want to be right now. Time called by the umpire, as the batter will call that she's having issues there with her helmet. Maybe got stuck to her hair. Looked like a hair to helmet issue on that one. Well, that'll be a little bit high, and that'll be a ball. That'll be a strike, and that'll put us at 1 and 2. So 2 strikes on Lynn with 1 ball. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs. This could mean that even though they loaded the bases, no hits. And that one's good for a base hit. She loses that ball, and that will be the first error of tonight's game, allowing in 2 scores, and that will be number 9 and number 7 for the Bulldogs.
Next to that, number 18, April Saviento.
9 and 7 coming in for the Bulldogs on that error from the Wildcats. So Bulldogs now have runners on first and second with a high pitch there from the Wildcats, making it 1 balls and no strikes on this pitcher, on this batter. And that one will count for a second ball. So second ball thrown by the pitcher to this batter on this particular one. That one will be her 3rd ball. It was a little bit high. Trying to get back into the swing of it all here. Foul ball. Hits the fence. Luckily, luckily for the batter, that'll just put her at a 3-1 instance here, where she only needs 1 more ball to be walked and get the bases loaded again. Instead, she'll get her 2nd foul ball, a hit on that one, and that will bring this to a 3-2. So full count out there here with 2 outs, and Bulldogs having a runner on first and second with the Wildcats up at the mound. Low ball, and that will be the Wildcats' 2nd error of tonight's game, as that will bring up runners to 2nd, 3rd, and 1st.
Batter number 2, Joanna Yabia.
Yadial up at the plate now for the Bulldogs with runners all over, so runners from 3rd to 1st, and they all have one thing in mind. They want to get home. That will be a first strike called against that Bulldog up at the home plate. That'll be a ball. 1-1. And that one will be a strike. So she's at 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls away from being walked, and 2 strikes away from being struck out. Foul ball on that one will count for a strike. So that one counts for a strike, making it a 2-2-2. So a 2-2-2 on that one. 2 outs, 2 strikes, and 2 balls. Top of the first, bottom of the first. Catcher does a back to the plate. High ball on that one. And that one will be her last ball to that batter and become a walk on that. So a walk gets the Bulldogs with having a 3-0 game here. Wow, I thought this one was 2-0, but in fact, I remember that number 9 and number 7 both had runs on that error by the Wildcats. That one's up and caught. Caught by the center fielder, and this first inning will be over. Bulldogs 3, Wildcats 0. Bulldogs able to make this first one exactly the way they wanted. As if you could, come in and start off a game any better, then it would be
Lady Bulldogs 3, Weslaco East Wildcats 0.
then it would be by, barely scoring. If it was a 0-0 game, you would be at a place where there wasn't a good game going on. So there you have it, 3-0. Come out, enjoy the beautiful weather out here tonight. Up in the 75s, perfect weather for softball, baseball across the field. If you're not quite a softball fan, out in PSJA we have some soccer going on between Nicky Road Warriors and PSJA North Raiders. So, and even out here at the McAllen Stadium, I believe I saw their lights on, so probably a soccer game going on out there. Friday, if the Rattlers do advance, we'll have that playoff game for you here live. And we thank you for joining us again. Bulldogs are out on the field to start off the second here. Take you over to some music right now and bring you right back.
Till about 2 G's.
Howdy, Mark.
Well, howdy, Link.
You got a few minutes for a fellow star?
Sure, Link.
I don't think I can call that
Watch it, you're getting dust on my expensive but tasteful outfit.
You know, that is a mighty tasteful outfit. I like it.
Oh, well, thank you. I just threw it on. Actually, I'm good at that.
Well, you're not bad at laying it on either.
Well, thank you. You know, I just wanted to tell you, be sure and watch me in the police sketch that's coming up.
Okay, you pretty good, huh?
Softball, that's
Good
why
is
I
not
only
the
do like
word.
2 games a year.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Terrific is more of the word.
Well, you know
I do,
something,
but-
Link? I've always thought that you had a certain,
A certain je ne sais quoi. And I know exactly what it is.
I do need to
Animal
more, but
magnetism.
yeah, you can say that again.
'Cause I have that.
You know, I've got a song that's just
I mean,
absolutely
it's hard enough
perfect.
that I'm trying to
I'm gonna
really
sing it for you.
juggle
Sing along
8
if you'd like.
classes along with
Oh, Lord, it's
this. Luckily,
hard
I only have
to be
like 2 more
humble
months of 8 classes.
when you're perfect in every way.
You too, huh?
I can't wait to look in the
He
mirror,
only has 1.
'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. Well, I must be a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble.
Welcome back. Beautiful night. Hope you enjoyed that music there. 3-0 is your score right now. Bulldogs ahead as we start off the second. And that'll be 1 strike, 1 ball on the Wildcats right now. A bunt there, a failed bunt attempt. You know, the thing that I don't get is if you're going to bunt the ball, at least locate where the ball is relative to your bat. High ball on that one, it'll be a ball. And that will bring up a 1-2 game here. 2 strikes on the Wildcats and 1 ball. Hit high, fouled, and thanks to the dugout on that one will be uncatchable and hit the ground. Which means Bulldogs have to throw at least 1 more pitch over to this batter. Foul ball, up and caught by the first baseman. You know, I hope I kind of said first baseman right, and you know, it is softball. Maybe it's first woman base. Not sure. I don't cover quite as much softball as I should, but I do plan to work on that this year. Maybe come out to some more Bulldog games. You all let us know what you'd like to see out here, and we'll give you all what you all ask us to stream for you. Nice wind up on that one. strike on that one, and that'll bring up a 0-2 count. Wow, that one was fast. 0-2 with 2 outs already on the Wildcats. That'll be a high ball, and that'll make this a 1-2 with 2 outs on the Wildcats. Foul ball. Hits a chain link, comes up, almost goes over, but stays in the field. Two balls, 1 strike. Will this be the last pitch to this batter for right now? That's a question. And it will be. 3 strikes, you're out of here. Bulldogs will be up to bat. 3-0 at the end of the first of the second top. And we'll be bringing you the second bottom shortly.
But I'm doing the best that I can.
I know exactly what you mean.
It is baseman, right? It's not
I
basewoman.
used to have a girlfriend.
Good, yeah.
But I guess she just couldn't compete with all of these love-starved women.
Who doesn't
keep
smell it? I can
clamoring
smell the
at
fajitas all the way up
my
here.
feet. Well, I probably could find me another, but I guess
You just
they're all
pronounced
in
it.
all of me. Who cares? I never get lonesome.
Concession stand now
my own
open down at the
company.
entrance of the field. Fajita tacos and much
It's
more
hard
available.
to be
Drinks,
humble.
beverages, get your hot dogs and
Perfect
come out,
in
support.
every way.
I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day.
To know him is to love him. He must be a hell of a pig.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're blessed with a talent this big.
Oh, come on, everybody, join in. It's hard to be humble when you're perfect. When you're perfect in every way. Can't wait to look in the mirror. I can't wait to look in the mirror. Each day. To know me is to what? To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man.
Nice one right there. Goes right past the pitcher. Almost took off her arm there. And that will take her to first. Single base hit on that one. Kuhn is headed to the batter's box. So Kuhn up at the batter's box with Bulldogs having one runner down at first. And that one was a nice pitch. I mean, well, yeah. Nice pitch, nice hit. It worked together perfectly. Came right at the pitcher. And right past her, right out to the outfield. And that's how you get a base hit out here at a beautiful night for softball. Kuhn having 1 strike, 0 balls right now. Kuhn getting 1-1 with no outs. That'll be a high ball, and that will count for a ball here against the Wildcats in favor of the Bulldogs. Bringing up 2 balls, 1 strike. Bulldogs having a runner on first and no outs. Strike there, and it'll bring up a 2-2-0. So 2 strikes, 2 balls, and 0 outs. Kuhn gets a nice tip of that one. Goes over. Home run.
Home run for Sydney Kuhn.
And that'll be a home run for Kuhn. She actually brings home an extra player with her. And on the bases, she had player number 1 for the Bulldogs. Brought her right home with Kuhn. And a nice job there. Team comes out to greet her as she did hit that nice home run, bringing home not only herself, but Bulldog 1 on that nice home run. So now score is 5-0. Was looking up at the
Next
scoreboard.
batter, number 7, Dana Sanchez.
Looked up at the scoreboard. I saw 3-2, and I saw 32. No, it's not 32 out here. At least not yet. The way the Bulldogs are taking this one, it looks like it might be a 32 game. That would be amazing for a softball game. So up at the box, we have Bulldog number 7. She did make it home last time on that error by the Wildcats. Let's see what she can do this time up at the box. She has 1 ball, 0 strikes, and 0 outs on the Bulldogs. Nice hit there. Is that a home run? Oh.
Run by number 7, Dana Sanchez.
Looks like we're having a home run derby here at Mac High. 2 home runs in a row. Wow. You know, it's rare enough that you get 1 home run, but to get 2, that's something that just, wow. That'll bring up the score to 6-0. Looks like the Wildcats. Looks like the Wildcats are looking to make a switch out here for their pitcher, as the coach is up at the mound. Let's see what he comes up with. He probably will be taking out the pitcher. You can see he's giving her the warning right now. Will this be the takeout, or will it be, you better calm down, get this done, and get us out of this tough situation? And it'll be nothing more than a warning from the coach to the pitcher, telling her, you know, right now we're down by 6. I'm not happy. This isn't where we should be. Let's get going. Get this where it should be. So, ball 1 on that one. 0 strikes, 1 ball, and no outs with 2 home runs here. And a foul ball. That one almost came over to the press box over here, and that wouldn't be very good. But, you know, I think this glass is probably unbreakable. I hope it's unbreakable, as your announcer is up here calling the game. Anyways, 6-0 game with 1-1. So it's a 1-1-0. A new softball will come on to the field after that one was hit straight foul all the way out to possibly the parking lot. Ball on that one. You know, that one traveled the ground. Nice path. It's amazing how these girls do not swing at everything. You know, I personally wouldn't be able to be down there. I would be swinging at every single ball they were throwing at me. So right now we're at 3 balls, 1 strike. I would probably be at 3 strikes and be out of there by now. Foul ball, 3-2-0. So a full count out on that one, 3-2-0. You know, I like the countdown 3-2-1, but we're missing 1, which luckily for the Bulldogs means they have 0 outs right now. And a nice hit there. It's hit over to second base. And that one's no good. Falls straight out of her hand. Lynn up at the base. Lynn up at the batter box.
Up to bat, number 13, Brianna Saldana.
Saldana. You know, horrible call on that one. I saw Lynn and Saldana. From up here, they all look the same. To a point. So Bulldogs having a runner up on first. 0-0-0 as they start off this one, and that'll become a first ball for the Bulldogs against the Wildcats. And let me tell you, the Wildcat coach came on a while back, maybe 2 hits ago, and said, you know, he tried to calm down his pitcher. I don't think we'll be seeing her back at the third. 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Runner on first. And that will be the walk. 4th ball, that'll be the walk for the Bulldogs.
Up to bat, number 16, Jennifer Lynn.
And that would be why I messed it up. Lynn was the next batter up. Called the previous batter by her name. Close enough. No outs. Runners on first, second. Nice hit up and taken out by the third baseman. 6-0, 1 out on the Bulldogs after Lynn has that fly ball caught by the third baseman. 18 up to bat for the Bulldogs now. And that'll be a ball. Ball 1, no strikes.
Heads up.
Foul ball. Hit backwards. And that'll make it a 1-1-1. So all the way across the board is ones. And that'll be a ball. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Third ball. And that one will count for a walk. So 4 balls out there.
Next batter, number 2, Joanna Villarreal.
And that'll be an out. Bulldogs tried to get a little bit more than they were allowed on that one, and they took off. And the Wildcats saw what was going on there. They weren't going to let the bait and switch happen to them, and they went ahead and got that out. 2 outs on the Bulldogs. 2 strikes on the Bulldog. 2 outs on the Bulldogs. 0 strikes, 0 balls. And that'll be a ball. Ball 1. 2 outs. Runners on third and first. So runners on the corners of the field. And that'll be a strike. That one looked a little bit high even from up here. And that'll be 1-1. That'll be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. High ball on that one. It'll become 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that'll be another walk. Question is, with so many walks,
Batter, number 21, Daniela Diaz.
how long is it until the coach comes back out? Because he already gave the batter or the pitcher her warning. So how much more time until he comes back out and tells her, you know what? Have to take you off the mound, put you somewhere else. And that'll be a first strike against this Bulldog up at the batter's box. And that'll be a 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that'll make it a 2-2-2 game here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Up and down. Nice base hit there. Had the perfect degree going up. Nice speed, nice velocity. Came down right in front of her.
Mchi Bulldogs, number 1, Garcia.
So on that one, it just went up. Had the right velocity. Came down right in front of the pitcher. It was sort of like a, I don't know what you would call that, foul ball. Comes flying back. Zero, 1-2. No strikes. Oh, 1 strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice ball up and another error.
Next batter, number 9, Sydney Coon.
So that will be your second error of the night against the Wildcats. And it's time that this pitcher comes off of the mound and the coach will put on another pitcher. You know, I asked a while back, it must have been maybe 1 score back, 2 scores back. When would they take her off the mound? Now you can see it's time to take her off the mound. They'll put on another Wildcat. And so the bases are currently loaded with a runner on first, second, third, and someone up in the batter's box. We'll see what happens here with the new pitcher. She'll get some warm-up time. We'll be right back. You're watching an exclusive.
Oh, Lord, it's hard. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble. What are we doing? We're doing the best that we can. One more time, I didn't hear you. We're doing the best that we can. All right. They stop. Even if they stopped me. Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, I'm on it. I'm so on it. And however you own it, you can get it tonight, ho. And all night, ho. I get the beat from Maestro. I'm fucking right, ho. I might go crazy on these niggas. I don't give a motherfucker. Run up in the nigga house and shoot his grandmother up. What? I don't give a motherfucker. Get your baby kidnapped and your baby motherfucker. It's the Carter 3 bitch. Better put your stepper up. Highly grow, I throw it up like I'm trying to lose my gut. Fuck is up, beat 'em up like a million uppercuts. Got a million duffled up for the fuck up. Shit, get on my level. You can't get on my level. You will need a space shuttle or a ladder. That's forever. However, I'm better. If not now, then never. Don't you ever fix your lips unless you about to suck my dick. Bitch, swallow my words, taste my thoughts, and if it's too nasty, spit it back at me. 2 more inches out of.
We're back, and that first one will count for a hit, but that will be the 3rd out here for the Bulldogs. The new pitcher seems to be beautifully, I mean, you know, you look at that new Wildcat pitcher compared to their other one, you could see the speed on her throw, and you know, she has something that wasn't in the other pitcher. So just beautifully out there. The balls that she's throwing are beautifully out there. Just wonderful. Let's see what happens.
In that casket, according to the doctor, I could have died in traffic. Bounce right back on them bitches like magic. Abracadabra, I'm up like Viagra. I just do this shit for my click like Adam Sandler. I control hip hop and I'ma keep it on my channel. Watch me, bitch, watch me, bitch, watch me. But they cannot see me like Hitler. It's the New Orleans nightmare. Money so old, it's growing white hair.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third. Bulldogs. Wildcats. 8-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. And that'll bring up 2 strikes right away against this Wildcat up at the base. That'll be a ball. So a ball on that one, and that'll bring up a 1-2 ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 0 outs. Nice one there. It will be a base hit almost. That one was a close one as pitcher threw that one nicely over. And just a good teamwork there by the Bulldogs to be able to get that out against the Wildcats. Ball and strike 1. That'll be in. Not sure how that one counted for a strike. Looked like it might have hit her. You know, so close in the area, but strike and foul ball.
Heads up.
Up and down. Heard that one from all the way up here in the press box. So that one goes up. You can hear the bounce that it took down there in the bleachers. And that'll bring up a 0 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here on the Wildcats. Zero balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 8-0 is your score. Bulldogs leading the Wildcats here in a wild game. Up, and that'll be the second batter that goes down in a row. 2 down, 1 to go. Bulldogs on a roll. Batter in the batter box. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Ball 1. Actually, that'll count for an inside strike. 3 strikes. She's out of there. Bulldogs are going to be at bat again. So at the end of the third, it's Bulldogs 8, Wildcats 0. We'll be right back.
Do it. Yeah, I got a game like Stewart Scott. Push out the ESPN shop, and when sports is in the poppin', everything's stopping, but you can't fool me. I know what you watching. Me, you watch me, you watch me, 'cause I be, we see, must see, TV, C3, nigga that's me, and I'm me, times 3, so retreat or suffer defeat. I'm back, 3B, C3.
Now for your Lady Bulldogs, number 7, Diana Sanchez.
Sanchez up to bat for the Bulldogs. Let's see what she can get done here. She's had 1 run for the night to make the Bulldogs have an 8-0 lead over the Wildcats. So right now, as we enter the 4th, we have a score of Bulldogs 8, Wildcats 0. with Sanchez donating 1 run into those 8 runs. A new pitcher. She got 1 hit, and she got 1 batter out at the end, and that was just a horrible half for the Wildcats when they just kept getting batter after batter to the home plate. And that'll be strike 1. So 1 strike, 0 balls, and 0 outs here at Mchi softball field. Batter does not take a swing at that one, and that'll bring up 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. One ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bulldogs up at bat. Sanchez in the batter's box. High ball there, and that'll make that a 2-2 with no outs on the Bulldogs. Top of the 4th. That will be ball 4 for a walk on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are able to get a walk off of the new Wildcat pitcher out there.
Next batter, number 11, Samantha Garcia.
Garcia up at bat for the Bulldogs with a runner on first. So Bulldogs, this inning looking much like the previous one. Let's see what happens here. Up and down, and that will be a easy out on first. 1 out. A runner on second.
Next batter, number 13, Brianna Saldana.
Saldana up at the plate for the Bulldogs. And that'll be a ball 1. Ball 1 on that one. Runner on second. Nice hit on that one. Goes right past the runner. My question is, would they call an interference if that would have hit the runner? Just found out here, if it does hit the player, that becomes an out. So that one there you could call
Number 16, Jenny Lynn.
Lynn. See, that's who I was going to call up to bat next. I saw her. I knew it was her. I called some other girl by her name back in the 2nd or 3rd. And, you know, from up here, I have to admit, they all have ponytails and a helmet. So they look about the same. Nice hit on that one, and foul ball. You know, I could have seen that ball going all the way up straight on the line on that one, as it did have the power. It just seemed to take a turn to my left, which would be your all's right. Look at it. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs on the Bulldogs. That'll be high, but it will still count for a strike. So a strike on that one, 2-2-2. A 2-2-2 on that one. Up and ball. Catcher throws over to third base to try and get the runner on third out. She was able to get back to the base in no time with no problem there. And that'll be a strike. Strike in, that will put the Bulldogs to rest for a little bit here. And put them actually back out onto the field. So Bulldogs coming back out onto the field. You have to give the Bulldog pitcher a lot of credit out there, as he's been able to keep this one an 8-0 game. The Bulldog pitcher right now would be... We'll get to the name of that Bulldog pitcher when we come back right now shortly. Until then, enjoy some music. Who's pitching? Sanchez. And so we're back here. Sanchez up at the plate. She's been taking girls out left and right, as she has no runs allowed against her. And the Weslaco Wildcats, they can't say the same for themselves right now, as they have 8 runs against their last pitcher. This new pitcher, she got a runner up to third, but that's about all that happened on her. But Sanchez, you have to give her some credit for what she's been doing out here tonight against these Wildcats. It's total domination, being able to take them out with no issues. And so we'll be starting the bottom of the fourth here. Top of the fourth. So top of the fourth here, having three hits, 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, and oh, that's true. It was 5 runs out in the second. I remember those 2 home runs. Beautiful home runs out there. Sanchez and Kuhn being able to make those 2 home runs that made the 5 points back into the second. And right now, Sanchez, talking about her, she can do everything from hit home runs to strike people out like there's no tomorrow. I'd hate to be down there in the batter's box against this one.
Yeah, me too.
That'll be high, and that will be a ball. I'm making it a 1-2 game here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. That'll be up, and that will be a base hit. So that one gets right past number 1 there, allowing the Wildcats a base hit on that one. Bulldogs have to be able to get the runner off of the base. Maybe on her trying to steal the next base. Maybe by striking out 3 more batters. Either way, you want her to not be able to get there. And that'll be a bunt. So that bunt is no good. And so, let me tell you, you look at these bunts. And again, I said it back the last time they tried to bunt. If you're going to bunt, locate the ball. Take your bat to the ball. Otherwise, what's the bunt for? Sanchez winds up, and that'll be a ball. So Sanchez has 1 on base with a base hit. That ball slid right past number 1 for the Bulldogs, and that put the Wildcats on the bases. And now some wild pitches being thrown by Sanchez. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs against the Wildcats. And they have to be able to get 2 more strikes against this pitcher, against this batter. A nice bunt on that one, picked up, and I believe that one will fall foul. It'll fall just a little bit foul, as a third baseman picked that one up on the right side of the line, making that one a foul ball. 2-2, no outs. Up and ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Bulldogs up at the plate. So Bulldogs batting over to the Wildcats. She turns around, you can see she really wants to strike this one out as she has one up on first. She does a windup, she takes it through. That one's hit. They throw that over to first, and the Wildcats get a runner back onto second as they get that one. They get an advance from first to second with the Bulldogs being able to get one out against that base hit there. So now it's 1 out against the Wildcats with the runner on second. Bulldogs got to be able to get something going here. Possibly 3 straight strikes. And that'll be a hit and dropped. Dropped, but luckily for the Bulldogs, the second base runner did not take off the third. That would have been an issue on there. She'll come back up to the plate, and she'll attempt another hit here. 0 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
Are you sure it's me better?
And that'll be a strike. So 0-1, no balls, 1 strike. Wait a minute, wouldn't that be her second strike? I saw the new batter coming out of here. Whoa, that one's that makes you wonder. That makes you sure happy that you're up here and not down there, because it's just so wow. And that one comes back again. If she's trying to, I'm not sure if she heard the game earlier. I sure hope she didn't call me. She didn't hear me call the game, and that's why we're getting all these fly balls back to here. And she'll be out of there, and that'll bring up 2 outs against the Wildcats, and they'll have 1 more chance to advance the runner up on second. And that'll be thrown and a ball. Actually, that'll be a strike. 0-1, 0 balls, 1 strike. And that's up and foul ball. Watch your heads. So foul ball. Foul ball on that one. I gotta tell you, watch your heads. It's a dangerous place out there. Luckily, I'm in a press box where earlier I was able to see how that went. Ball still come flying. Luckily, you have that plexiglass to avoid any injury up here. 0-0-0. Sure glad I'm up at a Bulldog softball game. Keep up with the numbers?
Yeah. That makes a big difference. But about the people that
Tell her, she's up here to help me with anything. Ready, say, gotta go.
Compare it to Roe. Roe has a nasty press box.
Drinking a German beer with a Cuban cigar in the middle of Paris with a Dominican bar. Great head on her shoulder, she probably studied abroad. She transferred to Harvard from King's College in March. She says that I'm her favorite cause she admires the art. Michelangelo with the flow, Picasso with the ball. Well put together like a piece by Gershwin, Renaissance style. Tonight is picture perfect, smile and pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Wow, wow. Tell me how you feel, what's your fantasy, yo? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your feet up, be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I'll have you living life like you should. Just say you never had it so good. You never had it so good. pyramids of Giza. Still I'm to the left like the tower out in Pisa. I'm feeling single.
Saviento up at the batter's box. Not sure if I said that correct. I apologize if I didn't. And that'll bring up 1 strike, 0 balls. 2 strikes, no balls, and no outs. And that'll be high, and that will be a ball. So a ball on that one. That'll bring up 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bulldogs up at the batter's box. That will be hit and taken straight from second down to first and out. And up next will be number 12 for the Bulldogs.
Next batter, number 12, Kim Alfaro.
Alfaro up in the batter's box. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And that'll be hit high. It's taken out, and that will be an out. So a nice out there as Bulldogs are able to take care of business simply. 8-0 becomes your new score. Bulldogs not having any problem putting away the Wildcats.
Batter number 21, Daniela Diaz.
But ever since this new pitcher came in, Bulldogs are having a bit of trouble getting back to another 8 runs in favor of them. That'll be a high ball. Ball 1. Wildcat pitcher winds up. She throws that one, and that one will be the 3rd error of the game. 3rd error of the game against the Wildcats will put the Bulldogs at a base hit, and that will bring in Garcia. Garcia up at the batter's box now, with the Bulldogs having a runner on first and 1 out, 2 outs. 2 outs, runner on first, and Garcia up at the batter box for the Bulldogs. Swing, and that one will foul ball. 0 balls, 1 strike. Playing music in the middle of the thing here. Garcia gets a second pitch hit to her, and that will be out number 3 against the Bulldogs, and that will be the end of the 4th here as we enter the top of the 5th. Bulldogs 8, Wildcats 0. So Bulldogs 8, Wildcats 0, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Bulldogs have to be thinking, how do we get another 8 runs out on the board? You know, we got 8 hits previously, which counted for 8 runs. Now how do we get another 8 more out there? That's a question out there. You know, it's interesting to see how you exactly would get that on there. But it becomes a 8-0 game here in favor of the Bulldogs. They'd love to get another 8, obviously, on the board, but they currently don't have that option. We'll be right back.
Baby, I could use a feature, swagger like Caesar. I'll get you a visa, we can go to Italy and maybe see the Coliseum. I'll be Da Vinci if you be my Mona Lisa and I smile. So pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Girl, tell me how you feel, what's your fantasy, yo? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your feet up, be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I'll have you living life like you should. Just say you never had it so good. La, 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 la. You never had it so good. La, 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 la. You never had it so good. Well, I've been feeling singular. How about let's make it plural? Spin the globe. go. Wherever it lands, that's where we'll go. We'll hit up Europe, yeah, and spend some euros. Or maybe visit Berlin, the walls with the murals. This is your month, baby, sign of the Virgo. Private reservation, glasses full of Merlot. A rosé, a burgundy, traveling like turbo. Brush up on your Espanol, we're Barcelona bound. Smile, so pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Girl, tell me how you feel. What's your fantasy? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your...
And we're back here. A couple pitches thrown there. That'll put them up at a 0 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez doing a great job. Say goodbye to the first batter on that one. And so we'll be right back. I want to look for a song that I can't seem to find, so I'll be right back.
Be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I have you living life like you should. Just say you never had it so good.
0 balls, 0 strikes, no batter up at the plate, 2 outs, and we'll be right back. Ooh, up and gone.
Go away from my window, leave at your own choice.
And so that'll be straight 3 against the Wildcats on that.
There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall, and the bells in the steeple too. And up in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping up to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretful. I flit, I float, I flee, I fly. The sun has gone.
Speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who's never weak, but always strong, to protect you and defend you, whether you are right or wrong. Someone to open each and every door.
And so we're back here. Bulldogs up the plate. So Bulldogs up in the batter box now. This one a close one, and that's hit up, and it's taken right down by the center fielder, right there, perfectly taken. Now, I wish that would have been against Wildcats, but that's another issue. perfect night out here for some softball, and not only that, but let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this live and you happen to be somewhere around Mchi Stadium, come over, get some wonderful food, drinks, and more here at the concession stand. Wonderful, wonderful time out here. Some food, some drinks, some cookies, anything you can think about. Any food ideas you can think about. Hot dogs, sunflower seeds, popcorn, and much more. And that will be a ball. Ball thrown there. Just like there's a swing and a miss strike, there should be a windup and a no good ball. And that'll be ball number 4, and that will walk Sanchez over to the base. So that'll be Sanchez going down the first base and Garcia coming up to bat for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs having 1 out against them. That's up, and that one's down, out somewhere in the bleachers. Once again, I'm very lucky to be up here in the press box, as no fly balls really can get me. They hit the window earlier, scared the living out of me, but, other than that, can't do much more. That's up and it's down, and that will be a second strike against the Bulldogs. 0 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And she'll be out.
Next batter, number 13, Saldana.
0 balls, 0 strikes as a new pitcher comes out, and that will be Saldana coming to the base. So Saldana for the Bulldogs with a 2 outs against the Bulldogs. Runner on first. And the thing that I mentioned earlier is if you're a runner, you have the opportunity to throw off the pitcher for your batter. So take off a nice lead. Take off a nice lead. And that will be a ball on that one. 2-0. 2-0 game right now. Swing up, and that will be good. Run, run, run. Go home. And she gets 1 more base in for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs getting 1 more run up on the board, making this a 9-0 game. Bulldogs leading the Wildcats.
Number 16, Jenny Lynn.
Bulldogs 9, Wildcats 0. Ball 1. Runner on second for the Bulldogs. 2 outs. Up and caught by the pitcher. It's over. That will be the end of the 5th here, and that will bring up the 6th. Bulldogs 9, Wildcats 0.
But it ain't me, babe. No, it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Go lightly from the ledge, babe. Go lightly on the ground. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'll own
only let you down. You say you're looking for someone who'll promise never to part, someone to close his eyes for you, someone to close his heart, someone to die for you and more. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. You say you're looking.
So they're up at the base, and that one literally takes her foot off, and she'll be sent down to the base. So a hit ball on that one, 0-0-0. No balls, no strikes, hit runner, which, you know, I guess for the Wildcats, it could kind of benefit the Bulldogs here, as she did get her foot hit, so she won't be able to run as fast. You know, something could happen. Runner on first, and that's up, and that'll be a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runner on first. Up, and that'll be out. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. That'll be a high ball. That'll be 3-1. 3-1. Nice tractor trailer coming by in the background. Beautiful lights on that trailer. And that's a high ball. High ball. It's caught, and the Bulldogs. Uh-oh. Error. Error. There they go. You're out of there. 3 outs. You're out. It's over. That'll be the end here. 2 outs. Close enough. 1 more out. They still got her out. She took off. She didn't make it. That just has to hurt, you know. You go running. Another batter up at the batter's box for the Wildcats, as they have 2 outs. And we're ready to show this up, and it's going to be down for a base hit. I saw that one even before it fell, just because of the place where she hit it to. It was right between center field, second base, and left field. Zero, 2. And it's up, and it'll be thrown down to first. She'll be out of there, and that'll end the top of the 6. Put us into the bottom of the 6. And we're ready to go here. We'll be right back. You're watching an exclusive. Thank you for tuning in. 9-0 is your score. Bulldogs ahead.
Or someone to pick you up each time you fall. Together flowers constantly, and to come each time you call. And we'll love you for your life and nothing more. But it ain't me, babe. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe.
Just know, when you find out a girl can throw a ball at like above 25 miles per hour, you get scared. Yeah.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.
One day while the light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open.
Welcome back. We're about to start the bottom of the 6 here between the Bulldogs and the Wildcats. Bulldogs 9, Wildcats 0. What a game going on here. It's a very wild game against the Wildcats with a 0-9 game. Bulldogs will be up at bat right now. And so up at the box will be... I'll take a wild guess and say they're at the top of their batting order right now. And Garcia will come out. Not sure quite if that's true, so don't quote me.
And now batting for your Lady Bulldogs, number 6, Alyssa Gonzalez.
Gonzalez up at bat. Don't believe I've called her name before here in the night. And so we'll come up with a 9-0. That'll be a ball. Ball against the Wildcats. She puts her hand on the ground, picks up some dirt. You know, I gotta say, the only difference between baseball and softball when it comes to picking up dirt is the guys will pick up the dirt, spit on their hand, rub them together, and that's how they pick up dirt. Foul ball. 2-2. No outs. Will this be an out? Will this be a walk? What will it be? Bottom of the 6. The pitcher winds up. Ooh, that one will be out. Full count. Will she walk her? She prepares. She winds up, and that'll be high. She'll walk her straight to the base. That'll walk Gonzalez right down to base 1. First base.
Number 12, Kim Alfaro.
Alfaro will be coming back up to the batter's box. I believe we called Alfaro's name at the bottom of the 5th also. And that'll be hit foul. She thought she hit that one. That one came just up the line and out. 1 strike. No fouls and no outs. And that'll be hit, and it's a good ball. It'll be foul. That one was hit just perfectly. You know, I am not sure how she hit that ball so perfectly, but it just popped up, fell down. The runner that was on first was able to get down to second, but that one fell foul. Close enough. 0 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. And that'll be hit up high, and a base hit. Bulldogs advance a runner from first to second, and they get another runner up on first. 1 out. No outs. What's going on here? She runs back from first base to home. No. I'm not sure if you understand this, but you run from first to second to third to home. Not first to home. Well, still, she was able to stay safe, as I guess the umps had some sort of something. They'll count her out. I'm not sure how that happened.
Next to bat, number 5, Lizzie Raimundo.
Raimundo, another name we haven't called so far in this game. I'm not sure what's going on here. You know, she would have been safe on the base. She took off. And she has a strike on her. Strike 1. 1 out. No balls. And that'll be up, and that'll be a ball. 1 ball. 1 strike, 1 out. 1-1-1. Juanito. And that'll be high. That'll be a high ball. 1-1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And that'll be a 3rd ball. Oh, man. She's trying to figure out what to do. That ball goes back to center field. She was running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally got back on second. And that'll be a high ball. And that will be her walk. So they walk her. And that will bring up Lynn.
Lineup, number 1, Annika Garcia.
Again, I mess up Lynn with Garcia. Not sure how I confuse the two, but this is Garcia, not Lynn. Up and swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 out for the Bulldogs. Runners on first, second. It's up and it's down in the glove of a shortstop. That'll be 2 outs.
Batter number 9, Sydney Coon.
Coon up in the batter's box again. Kind of a cool last name there, Coon. So, 2 outs, no balls, no strikes. It's up and that'll be a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And that'll be good and right through the... Oh, man. 3 outs. Bulldogs retire. They have no need to come back out onto the batting box for the rest of this game. Wildcats will finish off this game, as I do not believe that the Bulldogs have to come back out to bat since they are ahead by 9, and there is they are doing the top here. And so this should be the last inning that we enter. 7 innings. So the last inning here, and they're down by 9. Wildcats down by 9 as they enter the batter's box here shortly. 0-9. We'll be right back.
I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment.
In the middle of the batter, just
Miss
like,
Worldwide. Christina Aguilera.
what?
Oye, mamita. Dale, que la
I
ropa
wanna
está rica.
feel this moment.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Ball 1. Sanchez giving away a ball there to the Wildcats. 1 ball, 0 strikes, 0 outs. Let's see what happens. She winds up, that goes back, and that one took me for a nice hit. So that one comes close here. Even threw the camera off a little bit. It scared the camera. Well, wow. Yeah, that will be a strike called against them. 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 ball. And I practically died here. So a nice ball right now. Let's see what they call. Sanchez ready. She winds up, and that'll be it. And that'll be a base hit right over the third baseman's head. If the third baseman would be a little bit taller, that wouldn't have gone straight over her head. So think about how high that ball was hit. Third baseman has to stand at least 5 even, if not taller. And that ball had to be going at 5'4", 5'6". You have to know math in this game. 0 to 1 to 0. Sanchez winds up and she'll get a strike. 0 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. And that ball practically hits the player. She's able to avoid that and make this one a 0 to 1. And that'll be hit. And will the Wildcats get something on the board? What's going on here? What's going on here? And that'll be a score for the Wildcats. And so this one will become a 1-9 game here, as they were able to get 1 run. So they're able to score 1 run. Wow, I was surprised. You know, I looked at that and it just like boing, she just took off. And the center fielder just could not pick up that ball. Just wasn't coming in her favor. Well, let's see what happens here. One ball. No balls. 1 strike and 1 out. It's up and it's taken by the shortstop over to the first baseman. 2 outs, no strikes, no balls. Will this be the last batter? Question stands. With 1 ball against this batter, no strikes, and no outs. Up, and that'll be a strike. 1-1-2. Wildcats are down. Oh, man, that one practically took off her arm there. These balls have to be coming at least 50 miles per hour, I would say. Not faster. One of those hits you and you're going to feel it in the morning like a hangover. And a nice one, 2-2-2. So a 2-2-2 right here. It's up and you're out of here. Game is over. 3 strikes. She's done. Wildcats are done. Game retires. Bulldogs 9. Wildcats 1.
And your Lady Bulldogs 9.
Look at the 2 teams walk across, show their respect for one another, shake some hands, and walk right off the field. Wildcats will get on their bus where they will be yelled at by the coach for sure after a game that came out a 9-1. As quite upset for them, as you at least want to keep it close at maybe a 2-1 game, a 5-1 game, but a 9-1 game is not exactly what you come into the field wanting. So we thank you for joining us tonight. A great game out here. 9-1 is your final. Thank you, and we'll be bringing you more softball throughout the season as the time progresses.